Hey guys, Woods Farm here, just back out working on the Kubelwagen. Got a big order of material from Metal Supermarket. I've got a whole bunch of angle and flat stock and some 2-inch channel. A lot of this stuff is going to be used to build the back end of the Kubelwagen, the engine compartment, the rear bumper. I've got a couple pieces of 1.5-inch square tubing. That's going to be the rear door pillar. I've got some square bar or tubing. That's going to make the center door pillar. I also got to work on making the rocker panel, so there's some angle that's going to form the top portion of the rocker. So yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I'm going to set aside some of the electrical and engine stuff for later and get back at this fabrication. So yeah, there's the tubing that forms kind of this railing that goes behind the seat, and this is the center door pillar. That's kind of like a top-down view. You can see there's a piece of flat stock that comes out, and there's the hinge for the door. So I'm going to go with the same sort of kind of setup. I also got to work on this kind of rocker panel, or lower panel. This goes straight across. You can see it's just below the seat level. I think I have a measurement there, 9 1/4 height-wise. So what I'm going to do for the top edge of this, I'm going to use some angle, and that'll give me a solid surface that'll allow me to weld on a panel on the exterior and also a panel on the inside, and it should close it in. So I'm going to start working on the door pillars, the rear door pillar and the center door pillar, and also fabricating the top edge of this rocker. Later, when it comes to the sheet metal, I'll have to roll in these beads and weld on this plate to form the outside of the rocker panel. So one of the tricky parts is getting this pillar in the right position. It needs to be basically square and level. It has to be the right position this way and this way. And the tricky part about that is my floors are not level, the tires aren't holding air, so the whole body of the vehicle, the chassis, is all over the place. So, and you're really nowhere, it's really difficult to get kind of like a set point. I should be able to take a measurement from the front door pillar to the top here, and it should give me roughly the right position this way. But side to side, it's going to be a little trickier. It's just a matter of taking some measurements using a level and a square. I'm trying to get it as close as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and tack it in place and do the opposite door pillar on the other side, tack that in place, kind of check everything, and go from there. Is it going to be perfect? I don't think so. But I got to get this rear door pillar as close as possible, because the rest of the back end is going to get kind of built and taken up from this to a large degree. So the closer I get this, the better the back's going to be. Okay, so I'm just working on the center pillar here. This is for the where the two doors get mounted to, and this actually is attached to the other side, the one on the opposite side with a rail. So it's going to get welded into the frame down here. Just got a little extra support here. It's going to get welded in. This little tab here, it's across from the other seatbelt point on the other side on the tunnel. And this is just, I want to be able to weld this right into the framework. This is a 1/4-inch plate, and it'll give a good solid point that you can bolt the seatbelt to. So the real trick is just making sure that this is square and lines up with the front and the back door pillars. So I just got to be really careful, making sure everything's lined up. I'm going to tack it down, double check everything before I actually weld it in place. Okay, so I'm just checking my measurements. I used a piece of wire up here, and I was able to use the wire and bring it in to where it needs to be. Okay, here's where I'm at. I got the center door pillar kind of lined up and welded in place. And now I'm working on the top edge of the rocker panel. So what I did to form this rocker panel, the top edge here, is this is a 1-inch piece of angle iron, and overlapping it from the back is a 3/4 inch piece of angle. They're welded together along the length, and what this gives me is a ledge and a lip here that the door will close flush against. So I just got to double check. I believe it's 9 1/4 from this edge. Again, I'm just speculating. I don't know the exact measurement, but this is what I've got based off of another replica Kubel, so we're going to go with that. So there's a picture of what we're going for. You can see that's the measurement I took, 9.25, so that's what I'm going to go with. Just kind of splitting the difference between being as square as possible and 9.25 inches. It's never going to be perfect, but you know, try to get as close as you can. I think it's going to be a little bit out at the back. Again, like I said, I'm splitting the difference between square and the measurement 9.25. Okay, so I just finished up the driver's side. Same thing, I got the rear door pillar and the center door pillar put in, and I've got the top edge of the rocker panel, which creates the sort of door jamb. So both sides are done, and I'm just working my way back. I'm just going to wrap up the video here. The next video probably is going to be working on framing towards the back and the floor over top of the transaxle and in the floor that makes the part of the back seat. I'm going to start with that and just continue working my way back. So things are going pretty fast now. Going to be trying to put out a video every week or two as I make progress. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but my intention is to have more or less the basic vehicle done by, I'm hoping, late April, early May. So that's what I'm working towards. Anyways, if you want to see more of the Kubelwagen project, definitely like, subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment or a question below. And as always, thanks for watching.